many of their children are possessed. So it's a place that the church has to focus for ministry. Burkina Faso, up till now, we still have 52% Muslims, 21% Christians. We're working there, mainly human needs ministry, but I have to move fast. Chad, we have 53% Muslim, 39% Christians. Côte d'Ivoire, you're working there too. My brother, we have 42% Muslim, Christian 34%. Mali, 97% Muslim, Christian 3%. My wife and I were there for about 2 years. There's a partnership Global Missions Board has with some other Christian bodies. It's true that we went to work with them. But you see, that body, that is a Christian organization that we're working with, the problem is so serious that 70% of the staff of the mission agency are Muslims because there's no one to employ. So until some of the stakeholders started complaining, our accountant was a Muslim. So how, and you know accountants, you have to explain what we use the money for before they give you. How can we now say we want to use the money to go and witness to your people? It became a problem. But until we let our drivers, all our drivers are Muslims. So they are the ones who will take us to where we are going to witness. So it's a difficult thing. So there are lots of work to be done there. And if we are united, this is no problem before God. So Mali needs us. Mozambique, we are Muslim 19%, Christian 46%. South Sudan now, once they've decided South Sudan, the southern part is more Christian. So the Muslim percentage is 6.2, Christian is about 60.5. But the problem of nominalism is there because of long time of war, high level of poverty. So they need help for literacy. So if you can go and work there and teach them English language, they want to learn English language. They need medical help. Because the missionary we sent there just funny sick. If you have malaria in some of these countries, sir, I won't mention the name of the country. There are 2 countries my wife went to and I went to. One in Central Africa, one in West Africa. We stayed there for some years. The time we were there, sir, I was praying, God, don't let us fall sick. Because we too saw that those diaconic doctors are not doctors. Anything that is wrong with you, if you go to the hospital, you will get IV infusion. If it's headache, infusion. Stomach pain, infusion. Anything. So most of these countries, you can't compare them with Nigeria. So we nearly lost a missionary who went to South Sudan. But there are no good medical help. So they need our help in such places. And some of these places, including Mali, Côte d'Ivoire, Togo, once they see that you come to help them, their government are very friendly. And through that, we can penetrate. They need help because they are poor. So if they see people coming to help them, they don't want you to leave. The time my wife and I had to leave, they were crying. They don't want us to leave because they need help. So, and we can make use of that opportunity. Even if it's just to go and spend your holiday there, make contact, spend a month, 2 months. There are ways to use that to minister. And God can help us to do things like that in Jesus' name. Tanzania, Muslim 37, Christian 54. Togo, Muslim 18, Christian 45. But you see some of these countries too, the Christian population is just statistical figures. Most of them, they don't really understand what Christianity is. The time we were in one of these countries, I won't mention the name, sir. It was so bad, sir. Alcoholism, promiscuity. In most of them, they don't see anything bad about it. My wife and I went for a couples program in one of those countries. While discussing with the women, we realized 80% of them have married about 3 or 4 husbands. They didn't know it's wrong. So the time I was telling them, my wife said, read it from the Bible so that they will see it's not head knowledge from the Bible you are talking. They didn't know it's anything, it's something bad. It's a normal way of life, even in the church. And alcoholism is nothing bad. The time, sir, I won't mention the name of the point, I will tell you privately. We were there, we went for Holy Communion. They were doing it the way the Catholic people will do it. So we lined up. When it came to my turn, they gave me the Holy Communion, sir. I wanted to spit it out. My wife signaled to me that I don't spoil show now. It's alcoholic drink, sir. It's alcoholic drink. So I now looked at those who have taken it before me. So this is what they are giving all of you. In this country, we went out. They said, we went for a program. We pastors, they said, let us sit down for entertainment. They brought beer for us. My wife and I refused. And they said, oh, sorry. Then they went, they brought Guinness. You see, they didn't. You see, they were looking at us as, where are these people from? So it's a big problem. They need help for discipleship. They claim to be Christians, but they don't know what it means to be Christians. And they are our neighbors. So God has deposited a lot in us. Let's go out to help them. The Lord will help us in Jesus' name. South Africa is statistics. It's not true. That's not the true situation. But these people are not people going to the church. These people are missionary working there told us, if you want to go, go with your wife. If you don't go with your wife, you may get lost. But even if they make passes at you and you say, I'm married, they will say, can we help you to get rid of her? They don't see anything bad about it. If you get to South Africa, you want job quickly, and you are a professional. Once you marry one of their daughters, your job is secured. And because of that, some of our Nigerian men, by the time they get there, you stay. Just marry one of their daughters, you get a job. And by the time you marry one of their daughters, it's vacant where she is with you. She has caught you. You cannot go again. It happened to even one of our own brothers in the fellowship. So we have to go out and help these countries. We have to go and help them. Part of them fighting our boys in South Africa is because their ladies prefer to marry Nigerians. It's part of the problem. Because they believe Nigerian men are reasonable than their own men. It's part of the reasons they won't tell you that. They won't bring that up, but it's part of the problem our people are facing in South Africa. So some of these places is statistics they are giving us. That's not the true picture. We have to go and help them. UK, they are sending churches now. It's old people that go to churches now. They are sending churches, they are becoming mosques, they are becoming cinema houses. So we need to go to all those places. Where we are trusting God to target, Israel is one of them. Because up to today, yes, Christianity started there. Jesus was born there. But up to today, Jewish religion 75%, Muslims 17%, Christian 2%. Yeah, that's the situation. In fact, where the Solomon temple that was destroyed was built is a mosque that is on that plot now. So we have, the church here has to take the gospel back to Israel. And God is depending on you and I to do that. Niger is one of our closest neighbors. Niger has border with 6 Nigerian states. Sokoto, Zamfara, Yobe and Borno. All those have border with Niger. But up to today, Niger has 97% before the end of this year to move to Niger. One of our churches, the church we are attending Ibadan, is planning on partnering with me to do, and since we've sent some missionaries to go and survey Niger and Algeria. And we've had the Muslims there are friendly. So before they will become militant, let's move fast. So we want to move to Niger by the grace of God. Algeria is in the same line, Muslim 98, Christian 0.3%. Gambia, Muslim 88, Christian 4. Senegal, Muslim 91. You see, Mauritania, and they even search your laptop, they see anything, Bible, they won't allow you to enter. If you are there, you are an expatriate, you can worship together. But no indigent is allowed to worship with you. If any of their children enters the church, because as you are worshiping, their police, local police will surround the church. If any of their indigent enters, the person who invited them, and that person will be arrested. So God will help us. We are thinking of how to strategize to do that. If we can have some of their indigents who will move to some of the countries where we are working, and if we can disciple them and send them back, it may be easier. We are thinking along that line. Egypt, I talk more about Egypt up to now. Presently, Muslim 87, Christian 12. But that's where the first theological institution in the whole world was. They fly to Egypt. So that's a challenge because of this unity. Morocco, Muslim 99.88, Christian 0.09%. Libya, Muslim 97, Christian 2.6. Tunisia, Muslim 99.37, Christian 0.22. Cameroon, Muslim 26, Christian 53. For statistics, the Christians there, nominalism. So we need to go and help them. They are close neighbors too. Ghana, Muslim 24, Christian 63, but that is changing seriously because Islam is expanding greatly in Ghana now. Ethiopia, Muslim 34, Christian 26. Kenya, Muslim 8, Christian 82. We all have to learn from the early church movement. We made to know in the course of history during the early church planting. Please move to that place where the map of Africa is, early church planting movement. Up to now, if you check the statistics, you will see that countries from Central Africa down to South Africa don't have big Muslim population. Part of the reason, historically, we made to know that in 1900, early 1900, some Christians got themselves together and saw that Islam is moving in and we soon possess Africa. And they decided prayerfully that let's start planting churches across Nigeria down to Kenya. So, well, I don't know, the thing is not coming up. If you look here, you see where the arrow is. Where the arrow is. So they planted churches across like this. And that has changed the situation. So if you look at the countries below that side, the Muslim it blocked off the Islamic movement down south. So God used some people like you and I to do that. What will God use you to do? Or will it be that you came into the world, you married, you built houses, you bought cars? What will you do for God before you go back to meet God? That's as far as international missions is concerned. home mission, please move to map of Nigeria. You see where we are working. And basically we are trying to focus on the 3 mega Muslim tribes in the north. Because if you look at the situation in the north, some of us have the picture that we have Hausa churches. We don't really have Hausa churches in the north. What we have is Hausa speaking churches. I told you we have about 350 of their understanding. But that's why we have the feelings to go and find out if Kanuri posts are in the north. So we cannot know what we are doing. Please move to School of Missions. What we are doing to reach the north when the woman Gidan Ahmad State. At where we put our missionaries now, we've discovered we don't have a supervisor.